Welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Pastor Rick Utze from Maranatha Community Fellowship in Plain City, Ohio. As of this recording, last night was a very historic election night. I mean, it was a long night. And, you know, as I love watching these things. No matter which side I'm on, no matter who's winning or losing. If it's close, I like staying up for some reason and watching it. But there was something different last night. I actually got on my phone and I saw this New York Times live presidential forecast, and it was like the most awesome thing. It was the most awesome website that you could have for the election, because it had in real time, it kept updating what the probabilities are for each candidate. And so it had these nice needles on gauges that were moving back and forth through the night, and it had a graph that showed, you know, a timeline of what was happening. And you could see, like at the beginning of the night, the two candidates' chances, you know, one was up here, one was down here, and you could just see through the night, they just crossed. And where they crossed this intersection point, you could, on Twitter, and even as I was watching on TV, you could just tell at that point in time, and as it went on, all of a sudden people who were ecstatic were getting worried, and people who had lost hope were getting enthusiastic and hopeful about what was going to happen. So you could, through the night, just see two different sides change position. And, you know, and you could see real time each state and what the vote count was and what the projections were. And not only did it look nice, but it was accurate. I mean, it proved itself through the night that it was like dead on in its predictions in which states were going to be won or lost. And so anyway, I'm a tech geek anyway, I thought just that was fascinating to be able to see all that play out in a visual representation on the screen and see it all happen. And as I was thinking about that, depending on which side you were on, you know, it's easy to gloat when you see somebody else's fortunes turn worse and yours better. Or it's easy to get envious when you see somebody else doing well and you're not. And it reminded me of Proverbs 24:17 and 18 that says, "Do not gloat when your enemy falls. When he stumbles, do not let your heart rejoice. Or the Lord will see and disapprove and turn his wrath away from him." And it's really easy to either gloat or get envious and start trashing people, you know, and I had to examine my own heart. I had to see what was happening in my own heart. And the Bible in the New Testament goes even further. It says, you know, you're supposed to love your enemies. You're supposed to pray for those who persecute you. And you know, I don't think either side's really being persecuted per se, but I mean, it's like we have big differences of opinion. And, you know, we really need to be seeing things from each other's perspectives too. We need to try and empathize with the other side, and they have reasons for thinking what they think, and we have reasons for thinking what we think. And so let's, you know, be the church of Jesus Christ and love people who are different than us. Doesn't mean we always agree, but we should be able to tolerate and work together. And so here's the bottom line. I was actually encouraged by the responses from both candidates, from the victor and the one who was defeated. They were gracious. They at least said verbally they wanted to work together and bring unity to the country. And I really hope that is the attitude going forward, that things can be done and we can work together. But we, as the bride of Jesus Christ, as the church of Jesus Christ, should be able to do so much more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Bottom Line.